there, Turtle fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we are starting some new Turtle content where we're reviewing some of those new awesome Playmates 2-packs. Now, you can find these all over the place, mostly at Walmart's, right, Mike? So are these ones Walmart exclusives?
The Raphael and Triceraton pack you can only run on Walmart.com.
Okay.
Along with the Shredder and Untitled pack. The other two were in Walmart stores.
Okay. So this 2-pack, the Raphael and Triceraton 2-pack, was a Walmart.com exclusive. So it wasn't even one you could just walk in and find on shelves, apparently. But it's really nice to see that Playmates, who has been in the game for Turtles for so very long, is starting to put out some really, really awesome contender 2-packs in 6-inch scale. I mean, the articulation on these figures are incredible. And what's nice about these versus, say, NECA, because NECA's also been a big player in the Turtle game for so long, and a lot of our reviews have been from NECA. What's nice between these and the NECA ones is these ones are still highly detailed and have full articulation, but they don't have quite the quality issues that NECA have from being a higher-end collectible. And what I mean by that is the plastic, the joints aren't going to be as stiff, so you don't have to worry about just a knee joint or an elbow joint or a wrist joint just snapping on you like you would with a NECA figure. And these ones are just a little bit more playable. And are these about the same amount, Mikey?
Packs are about 40 a piece.
So they're just a little bit cheaper than the NECA 2-packs. Now, this set of 2-packs doesn't quite have the roster of figures produced quite like NECA has done. I mean, when it really comes down to the Turtles, especially the cartoon Turtles, the classic cartoon Turtles, NECA has done so many characters. Not just about every character you can think of, but also a lot of characters you may have never even heard of unless you've just been really, really watching the cartoon for a very long time, or you know, are just very familiar with it. So these 2-packs are really cool. I can't wait to get into these. We're starting off today with the Raphael and Triceraton 2-pack because I had to start off with the best turtle ever. Raphael's the best turtle. Anybody who says Raphael's not the best turtle is simply wrong, because he's the best turtle. He's the coolest one. He should definitely be the leader of the group. But also, the Triceraton is an awesome villain. I'm really surprised they went with the Triceraton for Raphael. Mostly because, you know, with the other 2-packs, you get the Shredder, you get Rocksteady, you get Bebop, classic cartoon characters. While Triceraton, of course, was in the classic cartoon, I'm just a little surprised that this is one of the ones they had face off. I would have expected, like, a Foot Soldier or two, or Krang. You know, a character that's just a little bit more memorable when it comes to classic Turtle villains. So I like how they went a little bit out there and picked Triceraton, because the Triceratons were one of my favorite set of Turtle villains. I love the dinosaur guys. They're just so awesome looking, and they also came with some really cool weapons and gear. So here we are. Here is the first 2-pack, and the packaging is awesome. You got Playmates right there. Playmates did a really, really cool job. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right there across the top. And, of course, on the top of the box and the bottom of the box. You got some good artwork of the 2 characters there. You can plainly see them very well displayed in the packaging. I love the action poses they went with. I like how he's got his size in between his fingers right there. Really, really awesomely done. And all of these figures come with stands as well. And I love that the stands are the manhole covers. That's just so much cooler. So, there you go. Again, these figures are about 6-inch scale. Let's get these bad boys out here. So, the tail for the Triceraton is strapped to the back, so we are going to have to assemble the tail. So, Raphael's is named We do have a name on the figure stand, which is also really nice. And he's got 2 little pegs there. You're probably not going to need both. I mean, you're going to be able to get some really awesome posing just by having one. But having 2 is really nice. Now, Triceraton's isn't labeled, but it's got the little triangle there, so I mean it's pretty obvious as to whose that is. Set those aside. So Triceraton comes with 2 weapons. Raphael comes with both of his sais. He also has the little loops on his belt. Go ahead and put the tail on Triceraton here. Really easy to assemble. Now, the only point of articulation on the Triceraton's tail is just right here where his tail meets his butt. But it would have been a little bit cooler if this was like one of those soft rubbery bendable materials with that wire going through it. That would have been a little bit better in my opinion. Again, for what you're paying for this pack, it's not too bad. Again, it's just a little bit more affordable than, say, one of the NECA 2 packs. And this way you're getting both a turtle and a villain to go with it. I love how they just have them face off against everybody rather than just have all the turtles together or have all the bad guys together. Because as cool as it is having them all together, if you want them together, I think it's nice to offer an option of a turtle with the bad guy, especially for those who are buying these for their kids, because again, the playability on these are awesome. I mean, look at this articulation. Head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders, upper bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist joints, waist, hips, double jointed knees, and forward and back ankles. He doesn't have rotating ankle joints. The Triceraton doesn't. Raphael does. And of course, you can get his tail posed in a few different spots for various balancing and posing. And honestly, you really don't have to have that thing hanging back for him to stand. As you can see, you can have that tail just kind of flared up if you really want to, and he can hold both of his weapons in his hands. He is ready to take on the turtles. This is probably one of my favorite figures for sure. They did a great job on this dude, and you can put him on the stand if you want to or not. It's up to you. We're gonna just go ahead and display him on the stand because it looks cool. And what's nice is the joints aren't too loose to where he's just like kind of flopping over. Yeah, I think these are really awesome. Are these better than the NECA ones? I would say that depends on what you're looking for. As far as affordability, I think they've got NECA a little bit beat. They're close enough with articulation, not as close. And again, the joint durability is better than NECA, which is worth noting. Now here is Raphael. Now all of the turtles are going to have the same articulation. I will go over them in all the reviews, but all the turtles in this line are going to have the same articulation, just because all they did was change the faces a little bit, change the belt buckle, change the loops, and the color of the pads. Okay, so fully articulated head is on a ball joint. Love that facial expression he's making. I've always loved Raphael's facial expressions. Fully articulated shoulders, upper bicep, double jointed elbows, wrists, and individual finger articulation. That is something NECA doesn't do. Now, NECA gives you multiple hands for various poses and various accessories, but with this awesome articulation here, you don't need swappable hands, which I really like about that. Me personally, I prefer articulated fingers versus swappable hands, as nice as the swappable hands are. I like the articulated fingers because it's just fun to do different poses with them because of it. So this joint, the thumb has that top knuckle. It can rotate. It can go forward and down. He can declare a thumb war with his brothers if he wants to. fingers go in and out. He can make a fist. That actually looks pretty good too. Upper waist joint, hips, upper thigh, double jointed knees, ankles, and the ankle does rotate, as well as individual, not just a singular toe joint, individual toe joints. That's also pretty cool. You can either put his size in the loops of his belt, or you can put his size in his hands. And what's also really cool is they fit right here, just like in the packaging, really well. And you can see that's a pretty good and secure fit. You can have them do that more classic where he's got the fingers over the blades kind of look too. Here, let's go ahead and put him on a stand. See what I mean about having the articulated fingers? You can just get some really cool posing that way. Like you can put the toes over the manhole cover, or just like have one bent over it. That's just a cool little bit of detail there. And again, just a little bit more affordable than the NECA ones. Are they quite as nice? No, but there's a little bit of give and take between the Playmates and the NECA version. I think they're a good, what's the word I'm looking for? Not opponent, not quite rival either. I think they're a good alternative for someone who doesn't quite want to shell out the money for the NECA turtles themselves, but maybe wants to collect the various roster of other characters and villains that NECA has produced, while also getting the nice affordability and detail of these ones. I think there's a good little bit of give and take there. I think these are really, really good turtles for your collection. Honestly, I really like this line so far from what I've seen. I can't wait to see some of the other iconic characters from this line, like especially Shredder. I'm really excited to get to that Shredder review, so stay tuned for that. We will be reviewing the other 3 2-packs at some point here on Bay 12, so stay tuned for those reviews, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's turtle review. Again, this one was a Walmart.com exclusive, so make sure you go to the website and see if you can still order this 2-pack, because, I mean, you don't want to miss out on the greatest turtle ever, 1. And 2, you get a really awesome dinosaur dude with it, with some really cool, I want to say space guns, but they're not, they're from an alternate dimension. So anyway, stay tuned for more. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Cowabunga, dudes.